Welcome to episode 42 of the Cards and Cartridge Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, aka OG Retro. I'm here with my man Chris, aka Kuzi Retro Games. What up, my guy? How we doing?
Dude, I'm doing good. We got 5 inches of snow here in Michigan. I'm depressed moment of the week is I'm still trying to figure out my cable streaming, all that jazz services, and I was unable to watch the NFL playoffs this past weekend.
That game was incredible, bro.
I know.
All games were good. Oh my god! But want to hear the funniest part about this? I didn't tell you about this in pre-podcast.
Tom Brady losing.
Well, that was terrible. RIP that. But the funniest part about this, dude, my whole family and multiple people we know all got duped. Dude, we watched a fucking on the NFL Network at the same exact time as so when the Titans and the Bengals is that who was playing?
Yes.
When they were playing at the same time.
Don't tell me you were watching a rerun.
We were watching a rerun of the Packers San Francisco game from like way back in September, and we thought that was the game. We watched the whole game, bro. Thought that was the fucking game. Thought it was this game. I thought Aaron Rodgers was going on to the fucking AFC because they won that game in a fucking nail biter of a fashion. And I was like, wow, Aaron Rodgers, the dream lives on. Like, and I didn't find out till the next morning.
You went the next morning?
I didn't find out till the next morning, dude. And I was like, because we were so confused too, because we looked it up and we are like, oh, like the game starts at 8:15, but then we saw the game on the TV and we were like, oh, like we must have fucked up, or Google must have fucked up. Like, dude, we got duped.
You watched a
rerun of a game, and then, dude, my whole family, I was with Katrina, my mom's boyfriend, we all got duped. Everyone got duped. We watched a rerun of a game, and then we found out the next morning.
Dude, I've done that once. I was watching a football game with Becca's grandfather, and it was like the football game I had watched like a couple weeks before, but I caught it like in the halfway through the fourth quarter, so I didn't see the whole beginning of the game. So we're flipping through the channels up north, and I was like, oh, Auburn Clemson's on, let's watch Auburn Clemson. But it just started, so we watched it from the beginning all the way up until halfway through the fourth quarter, till I was like, hold on, I watched this 2 weeks ago. And I was like, fuck, it's a rerun. He's like, what? I go, they win on this play or whatever. And he thinks I'm telling the future. I'm like, no, it's a rerun. I already watched this game.
So that was my funny moment. But guys, enough of that. Well, although that is funny, today we got some good topics. We've got a great bowl for you, talking about a NFR copy of Sonic, not for resale. We'll be talking about challenges when setting up game rooms and how to overcome those challenges. Kuzi moving into a new house. He's setting up his game room. He's got some things he's doing, some wise words of advice to pass along. We're going to be talking about investing in collectible assets, collectible gaming assets with the stock market and cryptos taking a little poopsie. We are going to be talking about collectible gaming assets, and if that is something that is investable right now. We're going to be talking about Arceus leaks, Pokemon Arceus leaks, nothing crazy, so no spoilers, mainly just like mechanics and how the game is playing and initial thoughts that people have had that have gotten the game early. And that's it, dude. Let's have a great episode. Start us off with the bolo, Chris. What do we got?
Yeah, so normally, I guess not for resale games can have two different origins. They could be a pack-in. So if you got like a Genesis bundle that came with Sonic as a pack-in, that Sonic will be listed as a not for resale copy. Or you normally have the more expensive not for resale copies, which were originally for kiosks. For example, I have a not for resale Pokemon Silver in my collection.
Insane.
That's really awesome.
I'm kind of jealous of that.
Do you own any not for resale games?
I probably have a couple in the quote unquote inventory right now that aren't like
any really like notable ones, like kiosk ones or anything like that.
No, but I've had some pass through my collection.
Yeah, I sold a Mario Kart 64 not for resale at one point, which I'm mad about.
Yeah, and then I've had a Donkey Kong one that I'm Donkey Kong Country, like Super Nintendo one that I'm bummed I sold. I should have. That's just silly mistake. And I think I had a Street Fighter one. I know I had a Street Fighter one That was pretty cool.
Damn,
Super
I've never found a
Nintendo.
SNES one.
I think that's all the only ones I've had. And then I have a lot of DS not for resale stuff right now.
Yeah, I've got a couple of random DS ones, and then me and my buddy got a lot. And there was a not for resale Ocarina of Time in there that he kept, and then he actually just picked up a not for resale Pokemon Pinball on GBA. Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire on GBA the other day.
I was gonna say
for like $66 or something like that.
I would be down to get that Pokemon Silver not for resale. That's a cool one to have. I need that in the collection.
It's expensive.
Yeah. How much they go for now?
Probably like 300.
Holy F, dude. Yo, Pokemon games are going nuts. Pokemon games. I mean, this is a perfect.
We haven't even said the Bolo yet.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
Perfect. Oh, I was gonna say, so the Bolo. Normally, the pack-in not for resale games really aren't. They're not worth a bunch because they're so plentiful. But when there's such a plentiful game like a Sonic game that every Genesis came with, you look to see like there's a Sonic one on Genesis that's a not for resale copy that goes for like 50 or $60. And it's really easy to spot. Just on the case, it normally says like Sonic not for resale, and on the cartridge you'll say Sonic not for resale in big ass letters. The not for resale doesn't have not for resale. So you may catch a game store slipping on that. They may just price it as a normal Sonic, or if somebody's already gone through a lot and they know Sonic on Genesis isn't that expensive, they may pass it up. Keep an eye out for that, and you can make 50 or $60.
100%. That is a cool one, and it really is one of those ones that you have to be on the lookout for.
Yes,
because it's easy to just kind of pass that up, even for someone that's like knows that exists. We're so used to just seeing so many games that like if you're going fast, that's one you're probably gonna miss. So be on the lookout for that one. Sonic not for resale. So that just means Sonic regular, regular, that regular Sonic. But guys, let's go. There was a good segue here talking about games that are Pokemon games, specifically games that are worth a lot of money. I was thinking the other day, I don't know. So in the US, stock markets and crypto markets worldwide have gone to the poopsie right now, and it's just a moment of recorrection, it seems, but a hard one. And it got me thinking. I'm very happy to have diversified some of my assets per se. I don't have a lot, but my collectibles, I would consider, like, my high-end collectibles are definitely investments in a way, and some of these have held their value better than some of the stocks I've invested in, and some of them are appreciated better than the stocks. So the overall question is, if you had $1,000 right now, because I want to make this kind of realistic, could be more, could be less. You can 10x this if you want, or you can 10 dividends it if you want, whatever. Divided by 10 if you want to fit your situation. But if you had $1,000 right now to buy some collectible assets that you think would be either good store of value type situations where you're just parking money and it's a good hedge against inflation or whatever, that kind of thing, like or like a little bit more like an investment. I think it might appreciate in value or whatever. What would you buy with $1,000?
Before I get into that, when you brought this up in our pre-podcast thing, I remembered this. I just saw this tweet last night, and it goes along with what we were talking about with the football games. I just want to hit you with those sports card numbers that happened. So Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes had the game of the year that I watched through highlights on Twitter.
Fucking epic, dude. Watch the whole game live. That I did not watch a rerun of. That game was epic.
Do you think they should change the NFL overtime rules? How Patrick Mahomes doesn't get to touch the ball. A coin flip decided the game. Coin flip, Chiefs get the ball, they score a touchdown, game over.
Right. You mean Josh Allen doesn't get to touch the ball?
Yes.
In that situation. Yeah. It is. Because it used to be different, dude. It used to not be that way. Like, funny thing 5 years ago.
The Chiefs lost on that way in 2019, and they petitioned to change the rules in 2019. It didn't get passed, and now they win on this rule in 2022.
It's kind of lame, dude. It is kind of lame, but either way, it was such an epic game, bro. That was like That was like
everybody was talking about it. And I was so pissed.
I was like like Jedi. It was a Jedi Knight and a fucking Sith Lord just going up head to head.
I probably could have found a stream somewhere. You absolutely if I tried.
It's so easy, dude.
Becca was watching Emily in Paris, and I was just,
oh my god, Becca,
get out. But what I'm talking about is Josh Allen, great game.
Yeah.
On July 26, 2020, sold by PWCC, a 2018 Panini Prism gold vinyl Josh Allen out of 5, PSA 10. So gold Allen, PSA 10 out of 5, sold for $5,868.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what it just sold for last night?
$55K.
$264,000. That is a
4,000 shit, bro.
That is a 4,399% ROI in 547 days.
That is nuts.
Shout out to the guy who put that up for sale. Like, just knowing what's going on in the sports right there. He's having the game of his life. Fucking, I'm gonna pull this out the safe and post it up for sale,
bro.
And it sells for $264,000.
That is honestly brilliant. That's honestly brilliant. And that wasn't, dude, that wasn't that hard to play. To think, if you had 5K to invest, like, I can't say it wasn't that hard because I didn't do it, but like Josh Allen, that was 47 days ago. That sale was for $5,000.
The $5,000 sale was 547 days ago.
Oh, okay.
July 26th of 2020.
Okay. I thought, that's still crazy.
People are saying like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes is the new Brady Manning.
I saw that Brady Manning. I did. That was a good comparison. That's crazy. Okay, back to that real quick. That's amazing. No, that's amazing. $1,000, not $245,000, whatever. $1,000 you have invested. What are you going to invest in a collectible? And I said collectible gaming assets specifically. So let's.
Gaming. My initial thoughts was going to be N64, but I feel like you had to do N64 a year ago. N64 has taken off in ways that are unimaginable. It's crazy. Like, I tried to trade for Stunt Racer it was like $200. I tried to trade for it like half a year ago, and now it's like doubled. I just saw sold listings for Super Bowling, which is always like a $400 game. That's now $800 sold listings.
Oh my god.
I traded for my Sculptor's Cut when it was worth $800 during the Champions Path area, and mint condition copies are now selling for $1,600. Like, N64 games have doubled in price, and I'm happy that I am only 30 away from the full set at this point. But where I went with this is like N64 is popping, GameCube's popping. What's next in the life cycle of video games? PlayStation 2.
Yeah. I think
there are some valuable PlayStation 2 games. You start to get into some of the horror games, Kuan, what's the Kuan?
Haunting Grounds,
Haunting Ground, God Hand, Clock Tower. I think some of the PS2 games could really start to take off.
I think you're right there, but I also think that, like, I'm not sure if they have quite the legs as some of the Nintendo counterparts, just because of, like, when we think of these games that are really commanding these big prices consistently, it's like these big Nintendo IPs or like a Pokemon or like a.
And that's why I didn't go to Sega. And it was hard for me to say PlayStation because you think of just Nintendo being the king.
I think for most bang for your buck, though, with $1,000, I think that's a good shout, though. Like, there's a lot you could do with $1,000 in a PS2 kind of oriented way. Whereas what I was going to say, maybe original Game Boy or like in terms of stuff that I know is going to stay valuable or stuff that is valuable right now and is going to stay valuable, and stuff that I think you can still get some not crazy deals on. Like, it's getting crazy expensive, like N64. Anything that's cardboard, any cardboard is just getting pricey. But I think original Game Boy and Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, mainly original Game Boy and Game Boy Color, there's like collectors are ferocious over it. And like, if you can find the boxes that are crispy, the cardboard is mint.
I was gonna say, if you have this money, spend the extra money to get some that's mint.
Yeah, and I this and my play with is more like a store of value, like a play against inflation, because if you just have money in your bank account, your money it's technically worth less if it's just sitting there and it's not either invested or something because inflation.
Yeah.
Literally just because inflation. And I'm not a financial advisor and also not that smart, but I think I know that. And so I'm not saying I'd rather have all my money in Pokemon games, but I honestly, I thought about it today. I'm being serious. I thought about it today and I was like, I'm kind of happy I have a lot of my money in Pokemon, not a lot of my money, but a chunk of money in Pokemon games, because I'm looking at the stock market, right? And I'm seeing
Yeah.
stocks just plummet, red, red, red. My Pokemon games are up in value
Up.
all
And
across the
it's an
board.
easy sale too.
And exactly, it's super liquid. It's not
And that
as
goes to the
liquid as
point where
stocks, but it's super
you
liquid.
have to find the sweet spot of, is this game you have to find the sweet spot of like the game's rare, but people also want it.
That's the argument I think against PS2. That was my argument against PS2. It's like, yeah, those games are rare, but like the collector base is a little bit smaller than like something. I've had like when I made that big Game Boy pickup, I had like close personal friends hit me up. It's like, dude, can I buy a copy of the Pokemon Silver? Like
I sold my buddy a copy of Pokemon Stadium 2 the other day.
That's what I'm saying.
He came over, we were playing cards, just fucking around at the new house. And he was looking at my inventory. He goes, dude, I just got my N64 for my aunt. Can I buy your copy of Stadium 2 that you have on your inventory shelf?
Hell yeah.
And I gave it to him for like $20. And I was like, yeah, it goes for like 80, but there you go.
Deal. I love that.
I think another thing that like, and I know you have a lot of these, is talk about Pokemon and cardboard, find the collaborations, find the Pokemon edition Game Boys complete in box.
Yeah, those are
or
nuts.
Some of these special edition Pokemon Center Game Boy systems, Game Boy Advance.
So happy
systems.
I got those consoles.
Yeah.
That was honestly the smartest thing. I feel like I don't do a lot. I do a lot of smart things. No. I didn't want to shit on myself, and then I overdid it on the complimenting side. But no, when I got those Game Boy Color systems, that was like one of the smarter things I did, because there's systems I always wanted. I knew they were just going to go up in value. And like, I really made a point to just try and go after them and be like persistent about it. And now there's no shot. I don't think I get, like, somehow I'd get them, but like knowing, trying to buy a house, fucking everything that's going on.
They're not even on your radar right now.
Never would be on my radar, but to have them means like so much. And so that's the other thing. If I had the money if I wanted to just park money somewhere, something like that, even though it would be like one thing, would be like a good place in terms of, and I don't want you guys, this is like extra money hypothetical situation. So don't go
just bullshit about cool things.
Spending your last savings on collectibles. Not financial advice, but don't do
unless it's Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OG Retro.
OG Retro claim sales live every Thursday, most Thursdays. It's a great time. We sell collectibles, so we're not biased. But it's fun. It's a good time. But anyways, I think if you had $1,000, go for good quality cardboard. Go for good quality cardboard, and I don't want to say this because it sounds crazy, but I don't, from my perspective, and I'm invested in a couple different things at this point, like crypto, stocks, collectibles, different stuff like that. The only thing that is consistently green is cardboard. My video, and it's not huge gains. Like, it's not as flashy and crazy as, the stock gains or whatever that, might have. But like, if I did it on the scale of that, who knows if it couldn't be, like,
I got two things to say. And it's like, it's also like from a thing of like, you got this $1,000. Nobody's saying you got to take this $1,000 to eBay tomorrow. Go hit garage sales, thrift stores, game stores. Find the stuff we're talking about. You're not going to buy an Apple stock nobody's going to sell you an Apple stock for $3. But you can find Sculptor's Cut for $3. So there's your gains even on a higher level there.
That's true.
And another thing I want to say, and I've said it before, and you're one step ahead of me, but I feel like we were pioneers is Nintendo Powers.
Yeah, that's facts.
I feel like nobody was selling Nintendo Powers like we were.
Yeah.
And even collecting Nintendo Powers and getting some of the higher end ones, early covers or special edition covers or ones with the Eon ticket inside, getting them graded. You're now getting,
dude, I have the highest graded copy of Nintendo Power 173, and
you're hitting all the world. You're hitting the kind of quote unquote comic world. You're hitting Nintendo. You're hitting graded. You're hitting Pokemon. You're hitting special edition.
Yeah, it's as far as cool collectible investments and cool collectible assets go, graded Nintendo Powers is the fucking shit. Those things so cool.
I think it's so nobody's doing it, and like nobody. I don't think people have realized how much gaming goodness is in a Nintendo Power.
Koozie says that a lot. He's trademarked it. In fact. But he's right. So that's again.
We've sold Nintendo Powers for over $100.
That's true. That is true. I've bought Nintendo Powers for over $100.
I just picked up 60 the other day. Nice. I have 60 coming in a lot.
Crazy.
And it includes the last issue. And I didn't have the last issue.
Let's go. I haven't had an NP lot in a while. I gotta manifest that. Maybe this week. Nintendo Power lot coming my way.
I think that's a good one. Find some dope ass covers, find some early issues, nice conditions, because they got to have their posters and their sticker inserts and their Pokemon card. But Nintendo Powers, I've always said, are slept on. Yeah,
I agree. All right. I think we can move on. Let us know.
What would you guys invest?
Yeah, exactly. Let us know if you had $1,000 to buy some cool gaming collectibles to keep some money parked away to hopefully grow over time. What would you grab? Koozie, you've been setting up your game room. You moved into a new house. Have you run into any challenges?
Oh yeah. So yesterday's Sunday was 2 weeks of living in the new house. And there are challenges. I mean, all your stuff's in boxes. And at your previous location, if you didn't have everything set up and you had stuff in storage, you kind of forget about all you have. And the one kind of challenge, one challenge is also like, you got to have whoever you're living with, whether it be a roommate or a significant other, you got to have them on board with your collectibles. Because once they start to see how much quote unquote stuff and shit you have, it's like, it's crazy. Like, she's like, do you need all this? Like, and she wants to like organize too. There's nothing against her. If
I love how you started by saying this like a very unspecific person, and then you just go she, and so we get into and then we clearly know who he's talking about.
There's
Everybody who's listening.
If she brought
nothing against her,
if she brought in 1,000 collectible plates, because that's what she did, I would be like, babe, what the fuck are all these?
Yeah.
But so it's getting it all organized in a nice way. I didn't even realize how much stuff I had.
Right.
So once I start to unpack, I'm like, oh man, I've got stuff. And the hard thing about video games is it's not like collecting movies to where everything's a nice uniform size. Yes, you have your games that are nice uniform sizes, but once you start getting to console boxes, accessories, different systems, posters, random accessories like Game Boy printers, memory cards, plushies, just making it look neat and organized is difficult.
Yeah. And like, I'm looking at just the background of my setup and it's so beyond neat. It might look a little bit neat, but it's not. And I could make it neat, but what he's saying is real. And I guess the most important thing, like dealing with that, like is just shelving, like good quality shelving and figuring out like how, and just like, remember, collect. For me, it's just being smart about how much shit I keep, but also you can still make a lot of shit look good. That's
and you can. And I've seen good looking collections, but it's just like, I've never set up a game room before. My collection at my parents' house was 2 bookshelves. Yeah. I never had to like and like the system box is just like shoved up top. Like I never display anything.
Well, I think you're doing a good job so far. Like you got two big floor to ceiling bookcases and they look good.
I'll shout those out. And it's like, I'm also not like I've never learned to be a handy person.
I got
I'm
you.
not one to go out in the garage with a couple pieces of plywood or some 2x4s and make custom shelving. If you can make custom shelving, shout out to you, because that's just going to maximize the space in your room. I'm lucky to have a PlayStation cabinet that I found on Marketplace, and I put all my complete and box stuff in there. And then I was using some smaller bookcases from Big Lots before, and they're cheap quality and they were just smaller. I've got 2 bigger Billy bookcases from IKEA, and they were $89 each, and they're great so far. I believe they're 79 inches tall by about 25 inches wide, and they fit twice as much as I was able to fit on my shelves from Big Lots. So getting a couple Billy bookcases, a ton of people use them. So getting a couple Billy bookcases from IKEA is a great thing. And then Ryan and I were just talking about this. I want to do a couple floating shelves on one wall to display my graded cards. And then I want to build shelves on the other wall, like longer floating shelves to display the complete and box systems.
That's awesome.
But ideally, you would like everything to face outwards so you can see what it is. You just don't want to be looking at like the sides of a box for like systems wise. And it's like, once you start facing everything outwards, it just takes up so much more space. And so it's figuring out how you want to do it. And at my parents' house, say I'd find a complete in box Super Nintendo. I've got the complete in box Super Nintendo. I've got like a Ken Griffey Jr. bundle. If I found a regular one, I wasn't keeping it because I don't need 2 of the same thing. I don't have space. And even like here at the new house, like I can't be keeping doubles. Like not even doubles, but like just variants.
For me, and I know when I move, I'm definitely gonna purge a lot more stuff too. Like I've said it before and I'll say it again, like not that collecting quantity isn't cool too, but like collecting quality for me is so much more important. And like everything behind me has good meaning to it, and like I want that to be the same when I do have like a full game room. And like I already know I'm gonna run into the same issue as you, even with my smaller collection, like all the Nintendo powers and like I have tons of GameCube games. I wanted to display my whole fantastic I have every color N64 like in storage right now. I have the gold. I have every color. I guess I don't have the Pikachu. That is one I do want, the US Pikachu one, or that one's sick, and I'll get that one day. But like again, whatever. But I really like the colored ones, and I have all those, and they're fucking sick. Like I want a glass display case that has all those. Like
IKEA's got a nice one.
And those, it's something I'll do one day, but like for now, I don't have that. And my tips for those, but I guess because this is supposed to be kind of a tips and tricks thing, setting up a game room, shelves, like that is just it. Like, use shelves in the garage. Like I set up my garage as a game room. I have the wire rack shelves, and they work fantastic for like, everything. They look great. You could put like wood on the shelf if you want to have. I have that under the Pokemon games and stuff.
So it's shelves and maximizing space. And then you say you're a purge stuff. I set up all my games, and I think I got rid of 7 GameCube games out of 1,050 games that I have. And it was just like, I need this. And at one point it was like weird. I was like, I'm gonna go for the full GameCube set. So I got rid of like Madden 05 on GameCube and NCAA 03 on GameCube, like random shit. So it wasn't even anything like quote unquote of value. But I haven't gone through my system boxes or accessories yet. But I mean, those are all gonna be kept too. I think so I just have like one of everything. So convince your spouse it's a good thing you have all this stuff and make it look nice. But it's also like stressful because like all this shit's just surrounding me right now. And another tip is you buy a house or you move in somewhere with a game collection, your game collection is not coming first. Don't go to your spouse. And I know why am I giving relationship advice when everybody listening to this is probably older than us?
That's fact.
But like you got to like get the house stuff done first and then focus on your game room.
I don't know. Game room's coming pretty soon for me.
Tell Katrina she can go paint while you set up your game collection.
100%.
But it's like even like I've had it like it's like slightly set up now, and like we've had buddies over. Such a good feeling. Like holy shit, you do have a lot. Like they've seen like I've Snapchatted them, or they would see my collection at college, but they're like, like we had somebody come over yesterday who like they moved to Florida after freshman year. And they came back to visit, and she like walked downstairs. She's like, holy shit, your collection's grown since freshman year. She's like, it's like a store. It's a
Oh
great
yeah, it
feeling. And then
is.
once they start looking at stuff
Yeah,
and
it's
they
cool.
remember stuff.
Dude, show it. You've said that before. Showing people your game collection or just like talking to people about video games is so cool because they're number one, you don't expect some of these people to have memories about gaming, maybe like they've never gamed or they
Yeah.
don't know anything about gaming. But then you talk and like oh they played Game Boy Color, they played Pokemon, or they played Grand Theft Auto, or they played Gran Turismo, or racing game, whatever, arcades, and like everyone had these moments of memories. And gaming is very off topic, sappy topic, but gaming is just so universally loved that
Oh yeah.
it's cool as fuck that once you have a game room, I'll bring it back full circle. Once you have a game room, it's like a really tangible, physical way to share that with people. And yeah, that's just cool as fuck. So I'm happy for you that you got that going, and then it's coming along
Can't wait to
nice.
show pictures and videos. One thing that I just picked up and I can't wait to display is I got a 153 vintage empty Pokemon packs.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Do you collect any of those?
I do have a bunch of empty pack wrappers, but just I don't know why I really bought them. I would maybe make displays, but at the same time, like I of the ones I want, like I kind of have the quote unquote real thing. Like I have
Oh,
the
I
I
forgot you have sealed packs.
yeah, I have sealed packs of most of the ones I'd want. There are some pack arts I have, like I have some of the Neo pack arts that I don't have sealed packs of.
Yeah.
And like I have an expedition pack art that I don't have a seal pack of. But yeah, they're cool. And I think like you said, doing like cool art sets with them and framing the art
Yep.
sets, it's badass. It's a cool, really cool display piece. And like that is really all you can use them for because it's just super scummy. Unfortunately, a lot of people use those to scam people. And full disclosure, I tried to I'll show you on camera. I was like, I wonder how easy it would be to like reseal a pack. Like how, dude, it's hard.
Really?
Yeah.
I
It's
was able to, so out of the packs, like I was able to make a bunch of art sets. And the ones I kept, I was able to keep a base set 2 art set, jungle, fossil, regular base set, team rocket, long stem base set, and gym heroes.
that's cool. Hell yeah, dude. They look great just like as art. That's it. That's
It's
what
art.
that's I was seeing how easy they were to resell because I was worried if I was gonna sell them, like not the resale packs. If I was gonna sell the empty pack wrappers, like how
Yeah.
easy it would be for other people to do it. Cause it sucks when that happens. Like it really does
Mhm.
suck. Like buying a real resale pack is like literally the worst feeling ever. And no one should ever have to deal with that. So I just don't want to encourage that. Um, but for art, dude, it's badass. I love that
And it's
shit.
someone was like, we're doomed in society when people are collecting empty wrappers. And somebody was like, you collect the cards for the art. What's the difference between the packs? The
The
packs have
pack,
art
it's
on
pack
them.
art. Yeah, yeah, 100%. That is a super dumb comment. That is
Yeah.
like people can collect whatever they want. People collect fucking anything, shopping bags.
We'll circle back to this topic once I'm actually able to put up my shelves and like build. Like once I have like more shelves on the wall, I'll definitely let you guys know in the podcast like what I used, and we'll also throw up some pictures on the podcast page of like what
That'd
I
be
used,
dope.
and I can
Yeah.
even throw like links to everything.
Hell yeah, that'd be sick. Let's talk about final topic this week. Pokemon Arceus comes out in I think 5 days, 4 days. The latest Pokemon game. It by the Pokemon company themselves, it's been said to be pretty different, but people have gotten their hands on it early, and boy, am I excited because what people are saying, it sounds epic. We're not going to have any spoilers here per se. There are going to be quote unquote like mechanic spoilers, like how the game works type spoilers, but like you're going to find that out in the first 5 seconds of playing anyway. So I guess that's a spoiler, but whatever. You've been warned, but there's no story spoilers, we'll say.
Pikachu dies, and you can
Exactly.
revive him.
You can revive him. Here we go. So this is just a fan on Reddit saying, and I like this because it was succinct and to the point. As a lifelong Pokemon fan, I was kind of getting bored of the standard formula of follow route, find a new city, beat the gym, repeat. but this game changes everything. The way you can walk around in a huge area, encounter Pokemon 20 plus levels higher than you, really feels like Xenoblade in a way. Much more exciting than finishing a route and never coming back like in the old game. Amazing. So it sounds like it's really an open world. You can see huge Pokemon that are different level than you. Works in a way that sounds like Xenoblade, which is really cool. I know you've never played Xenoblade, Chris, but Xenoblade is a
We're starting Koozies 1 game a week. Now that it's set up.
Hell yeah. Xenoblade's a great game. You should definitely play that. Xenoblade is a classic JRPG 3D style, very beautiful. So to hear them compare Pokemon to that is pretty cool. They then go on to say there is a numbered quest system with rewards, a labeled map, actual stories behind the quest. There are side quests. Like this sounds like a real RPG, which fucking excites me, dude.
Yeah,
that's cool as fuck. And he goes on to say there are changes to the combat system. He says they're a little weird. It does add a ton more strategy. It has a CTB feel. I don't know what that is, where using agile attacks may let you attack twice in a row, while using a strong one may let the enemy attack a few times in a row. So I guess the whole
cool.
Combat system has been reworked in the Pokemon, which is weird. I will say Pokemon to me has always been a very, like, the combat system has been core to the game, but to hear it's been reworked also
it kind of got boring.
That to me it is boring. Like, and that's why
and forth attack.
That's why I don't think I played the recent Pokemon games. It's like I've just played this shit so much. I don't want to grind through another fucking million levels of the same shit.
It's almost like a Madden game. It's just reskinned.
Exactly. So to hear that that's different is very cool. He says if you're a JRPG fan who likes gameplay elements from fan favorites in the genre, like Xenoblade, Trails, talking about Trails of Symphonia, that kind of stuff, Dragon Quest, I'd be super hyped for it. I have a very few complaints so far, and so that's very exciting. Other people have said very similar things. Apparently catching Pokemon is totally different too, and you can use motion controls to catch of the Switch. I like that. Graphics have been reported to be fine, but we kind of expected that. Wish they were a bit better, but Nintendo, is what it is. Let's see. A lot of people just saying they like it and that it is good. Unfortunately, it is running at it sounds like 30 frames a second. That's just
low.
That's low. I don't understand. I don't know why. I don't know why that's even acceptable at this point. Nintendo, this is 2022. I really don't. Like, I don't understand how they could think that having 30 frames a second is acceptable. That's like N64 era. So yeah. I think we got to do better with that. That's silly. But other than that, all the things people are saying about this game are very, very encouraging in terms of just wanting a new, fresh take on Pokemon and something that is not the same old formula over and over again.
Which I think needed.
I'm excited.
They're like trying to do it with the cards by adding like the single strike and all that stuff. Yeah. So change up the games too. I think that's a great idea. And it comes out soon, January 28th.
Yeah. So 4 days from the time we're recording this. We're releasing this the same day though. So if you hear this today or tomorrow, then
January 28th.
Yeah. It's very exciting, dude. I'm very, very excited. It was weird though. I thought I pre-ordered it and I'm not sure I did. Like,
you said you have.
That's what I thought, but maybe I didn't. So it's very
like all Best Buy, GameStop, everything.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to. I was going through it today. I can't find anything, so I might be fucked. I might, but at the same time, I'll probably just digital download it anyway. So, we'll probably do that. And I'll
stream it.
Yeah, I will stream it. Now that I have the stream set up, now that my internet doesn't suck, I'll definitely stream some Arceus. 100%. That'll be fun. Watch out for the Arceus streams. That'll be a good time because it's totally new experience. It's different. I like that. I don't know if we really have anything else to say. Do we have a viewer question for this week?
We don't have a viewer question, but I'll give you a koozie question.
Koozie question of the week.
Goes along with all our topics. We talked about what we would buy to invest. Give me the total opposite. If you have to look behind you and sell one or two things from your collection, what are the first things you're selling?
Oh, I see. I mean, one thing I wish I could sell right now, I just want to take the right offer for it, is the Zelda Game Boy Advance SP Pack-in Bundle.
Is it on eBay?
It's not on eBay. I should put it on eBay.
Posting a couple Game Boy collector groups too.
Yeah, I should. I just don't want to. I think it's worth a good amount, and they're super rare, and that one's in super nice condition.
Is it just not fitting your collection, or why would you sell it?
Yeah, I have no nostalgia for it. Like I love the game Minish Cap. Like it's a Minish Cap Pack-in Bundle. Minish Cap is a fantastic Zelda game, but it's one that I played later in life. It's just how I collect. Like it's super quality. Don't get me wrong, super quality. But in terms of like nostalgia factor, there's just not much there to it. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else behind me that I would?
Doesn't have to be. I know you have stuff in storage too. So if you can think of anything you have in storage that you would pop.
Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty solidly kept down. Like
that's good. That's like how you collect though. It's solidly kept down, like what you want.
Yeah.
I think like you would right offer. If I got the right offer for my misprint crystal, I would sell that.
Yeah.
And then I guess just systems like I don't care about really Game Gear or even like PSP or Vita. Like I've never found PSP games or Vita games, but I've got the systems and like one's modded. And I think my misprint crystal, PSP and Game Gear would be the first to go.
Yeah. I have all there's no systems I would sell because I just have the systems I want. And no, the only extra systems I have are those N64s I was talking about. Like my childhood GameCube, I would never sell that.
Yeah.
I might have an extra PS2 in storage that I guess I would sell, but whatever. Like I don't know. Like I have this white PS2 that I use now that I found. That was such a cool find. Complete in box white ceramic PS2, so dope. I would never sell that, I don't think, just because it's so fresh.
You never find the white PS2.
Never find a white PS2. And
dude, my white PS2 still has the like protective film where you have to like peel it off.
That's hot.
Yeah. I just will like flick the corner because it's like sticking up and I don't want to peel it off.
That's fresh. Yeah, man. So I'm glad to say I wouldn't sell much. I would probably sell a bit more of my Pokemon stuff before selling video game stuff too. Like I have so much. Oh, and that's only because I have like the pure number of like Pokemon cards I have is so many that like sure I could probably whittle it down to like 10 cards that I keep and like I could be just content. But
well, Becca just texted me dinner's ready.
There you go. Well, thank you guys. Episode 42 in the books. We appreciate you guys listening, coming back week after week, supporting us on all the podcast, what is it called? Podcast Challenge, Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, anything, giving us the likes, the follows, the subscriptions, all those good, juicy things. We appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your week. See ya.
Peace.